Hey guys, it's Monika. Gosh, what a nutty week it's been. I really thought I would end up doing 2 videos this week, and I didn't. But I had such a traumatic experience. Oh jeez, such a traumatic experience. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and I'm going to talk about some healthcare things as far as like the insurance company with this assassination that's all over the news of this man that was the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, I believe. Was it Brian? Let me look at my notes. Yeah, Brian. Sorry. And I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like, what in the world is going on? This guy was assassinated right in broad daylight in Midtown, New York. Unbelievable. But the real purpose of my video is, number one, I've had a number of you ask me, what specific skincare tools am I using on my 70-year-old skin? And I feel like my skin has really suffered because of weight loss. So I'm trying to be super consistent, even with issues that go on around me. So let me share my skincare with you. Not my skincare, just the tools that I use. I'm not going to talk about the serums and stuff like that, but I'll share that with you, and we'll just sort of have a little gab fest. So stay tuned. First off, I had talked about the fact that I had a bad iffy mammogram. All the more important, I think, that for any one of you to make sure you do your regular, you check yourself, you do mammograms, you are proactive, hopefully, on your health, because it's unbelievable when things go wrong and when things start to happen. But anyways, I had my mammo. This was on a 6-month program because I've had a lumpectomy, 2 lumpectomies previously. And so I'm on a 6-month protocol, for being checked. On my last mammo, I had a questionable area or, suspicious area show up. And they strongly recommended that I have a biopsy, which, of course, you're not going to say no, right? So the biopsy was scheduled for this past week, and I thought, I've had biopsies before, so I was pretty nervous going into it because I remember what those needle biopsies feel like. And I was thinking, oh, but it'll be okay. My husband wasn't home, and I knew I could drive myself, and I'd be totally fine. Well, I went to the biopsy. It was first thing in the morning, 8:30. They did tell me to eat before I went, which I did. And, talking, cracking jokes. The radiologist was a really nice guy, and, he had done my other biopsy. So, we're all, it was really comfortable. I felt really good, but I was very, very nervous. And where the suspicious spot was harder to get at. So, if you've never had a needle biopsy, it's almost in the same kind of position as your regular mammogram. They put you in that chair, then they position you. They put your lady parts up there on the tray, and position and look and all that. And then when they get you in the right position for the actual needle biopsy, you really can't move at all. And I think the hardest thing for me about doing a needle biopsy is the numbing, right? I mean, when they start to numb you up, because it's local anesthesia, they just kind of, numb you, right? Inject you with little numbing. And that's the hardest thing, because for me, it hurt. But once that went by, and then you can hear, and the radiologist is really awesome. He was telling me everything that's happening so that nothing would be, I wouldn't be shocked. He would tell me, now listen, you're going to hear a noise. I don't want you to jump, etc. So went through the whole thing. And I think a needle biopsy from start to the beginning is going to be about 45 minutes long, an hour maybe. But anyways, went through the whole thing and said, okay, we got the piece, and we're going to take a couple of pictures and stuff like that. And now I'm still all in this machine. And all of a sudden, I started to feel very, very nauseous. And I said, I remember saying to myself, oh my God, Monika, stop it, because I'm like trying to not be nauseous, trying to talk myself out of it. It just all in a split second. And I said it out loud. I said, oh my God, I'm feeling nauseous. And then almost immediately, I could feel myself going further away. That it's such a weird feeling. And then I said, I think I'm going to pass out. And the next thing I remember is I'm lying flat in the chair. And I'm just lying flat in the chair, and I'm soaking wet. I'm soaking wet. I can hear somebody talking. I heard, the first thing I heard was she's at 93 now or something. And I don't know, whether it was my pulse or my heart rate. I don't know what it was. And then I could hear their voices. And I was like mortified that I passed out. And they're like trying to calm me. They're wiping me down because I was like soaking wet. I don't know whether I was sweating. I have no idea, but it was, for me, it was unbelievable. I felt so weak. I felt so disorientated. I wasn't too sure what the heck was going on. It was super, super, super scary. And it was probably, I don't know. They're not going to let you, they're not going to let you get up and go after something like that happens. They're all milling around and all that. Plus, they still had to take pictures. So I had to go back into that machine to be positioned to take the pictures. But once I was stable enough to do that, they took pictures and then they let me, sit up and stand up and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, have you ever passed out? I think I've passed out once, maybe, or twice, or almost passed out. I can't really remember, but going out cold like that, I'm going to have to really look up what does that do to your body, because my body totally reacted. I know that when you pass out, you're not getting enough blood to your brain, but I was sitting up, so I wasn't, wasn't in a position, because I was in that machine with the chair, for them to put my feet up. But anyways, long story short, super traumatic needle biopsy this week, which threw me off. By the time I got home, my whole day was gone. By the time I felt strong enough, and I was driving home, and granted it was probably an hour and a half or 2 hours later or something like that, I felt weak and tired. And instead of doing everything that I was going to do, I ended up doing nothing and just staying there doing nothing. And the very next day, I had a class that I had to teach. And it was a Zoom class, which I was able to do, and it went fine. But that night, I was home alone. That night I was playing with my iPhone, trying to set up my Siri. I had a brand new iPhone. Love it. It's a 16 Pro Max. But I had to still set up certain things. So when I was doing that, somebody had said, you've got to go and set up the voice control. So I went into that, and I said yes and do that. Well, what I did is inadvertently set up so that if I was blind, or a blind person was using the phone, it was voice control, and it was certain taps, and tap twice or this, that, and I knew none of that. I just knew that all of a sudden my phone was not working. So it's been like super crazy. I was like on my laptop with Apple Chat, trying to resolve the issue that night, and finally made an appointment for me to go into the store the next day in Manchester, New Hampshire, which I did at 1:30, and after I taught my class. And they were able to fix it super quick. It was a user error, but it made me also realize how you're home alone, you have no communication at all, right? You don't have a regular house phone. You're depending on your cell phone, and all of a sudden your cell phone goes, woof, boom, gone. So it's been traumatic between my needle biopsy, my cell phone, which is now thankfully working perfectly fine. And most of you know, I'm just like a true crime addict. I'm always watching, listening to true crime, and absolutely, love it. And so this case with Brian Thompson being assassinated, in the middle of the street in New York on his way to a conference. He's the CEO of United Healthcare. And United Healthcare is one of the biggest, I think, healthcare insurance companies in the nation. And I don't know whether this person that killed him was somebody that maybe was affected by a decision to maybe deny treatment or to delay treatment for something, or a family member that was affected. I don't know if it was related. I don't know if the assassination was related to health care and the fact that United Healthcare is so large. United Healthcare also has from my understanding again, has a reputation, I guess, for denying and delaying decisions. And even my insurance, Anthem, they were going to make a decision on limiting coveraging for, I think it was anesthesiology or something, like how much you can use and how much they'll cover. They were going to do that, and all of a sudden they reversed that. I think that the healthcare system is for sure broken. My poor sister has to struggle with trying to get health care. She pays a lot of money for her insurance. She's self-employed. She's a travel agent. And, you pay a lot of money for your insurance, and then you have bureaucratic people, bureaucrats, and they're making a decision, I know, for their company, right? Because the bottom line. They're driven by the bottom line. But they make life and death decisions for other people. And something has got to change in that whole system. And I'm not saying that is for sure why this man, poor guy, I mean, nobody should ever be killed. And I'm not saying that's why, but that was my first gut reaction when I watched that, and I said, wow, here he is going to his, I don't know if it was a conference, it was insurance, and here he is, the CEO of the largest health insurance, I think, in the nation, that has been in the news for certain things. And I'm wondering, is this what happened? Is this a disgruntled, a sad, a broken person? Because you've heard of people, right? I mean, that somebody gets murdered, and the father, I remember hearing about the father in the courtroom shot and killed the person that murdered the child. So you hear of people reacting when things like that happen. And from personal experience, I know my poor sister struggles with trying to get coverage or getting approval, because you always get to have everything approved. And then the insurance company will say, oh yeah, you might have this condition here, but we're not going to cover it, or it's not covered. It's not part of your plan. You have to stay in, whatever. I just think it's ridiculous. But I will be really curious as to what is going to be the situation with that, whether it's going to come out to be a, something else maybe, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has nothing to do with the healthcare, but I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it really does. So anyways, let me know what you think, right? What do you guys think? I have been taking advantage this week of trying to plan the Alaska trip, looking at excursions. Have any of you been to Alaska? This is like a trip that for Jay has really been a bucket list, and we're going to be doing the cruise and the land combo in June. And we're going to be there for the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. And so planning these excursions, and I'm like, I even started to look at private excursions, right? Because they're a little bit more affordable. But there's so many of them. I'm like going, holy mackerel. If you've been to Alaska, let me know what was your favorite one? But anyways, quick update on my skincare tools. I've been asked, am I still using my Candy Way or my red light therapy mask? And I absolutely am. I put this on, and when I traveled, because I also have the Current Body one for my hair. When I travel, I don't bring that big one, but I lay this on top of my head to do the red light for my hair. I really love this. I use this most every day, and oftentimes first thing in the morning when I'm still in bed. So yes, this is still something I am using, loving, and won't be without. The other two things that I will mention is the NIRA device. I've been using the NIRA Precision for quite a while. Sorry, I was just charging it for quite a while. And I've been using it on the fine spots. I was recently sent the NIRA Pro in this past summer. What I like about the NIRA Pro is you can cover a bigger area. And because of weight loss, my face has totally sagged. And my face has always been saggy. It's never been, firm or whatever. But I've been using this. I'm trying to work on my, my sagginess, my nasolabial folds. What I like about this is it covers a bigger area. You turn it on, put it down, you wait for the beep, you put it on. Then when you hear the second beep, you move it. Then you have a beep and you move it at the second. It takes a while longer because it's a bigger coverage area, and I think it just takes longer. The precision goes pretty quick, and I usually do that around my eyes. I'll do the precision on my upper lip and stuff like that. So I've been using both these NIRA devices, and I do love them. And yes, they are pricey. I will link below the link I have. There are some discounts and some sales going on. You can check them out if you're at all interested in it. But if I were to get one, I would get the precision. I just think it's more for me. It is more, covers what I really need. But I do love the fact that I have this. Again, this was gifted to me for review. And I think it's pretty cool. So I am using that. I have two devices that I use. I use the zip device, and at times I use my NuFace dupe. My NuFace dupe by Evertone and the zip device, they kind of work similar. They're just the procedure is different. So when I traveled, I just took the zip and I took their conducting gel and I just put it on my face and I would do the zip. So I am still using the zip. I'm also still using my NuFace dupe, this Evertone one. I don't even know if they still sell it. If they do, I'll link it. Works really good. I also have a Papu. This is like if you need help cleaning out some of your pores. Because of my Mohs surgery from here to here, and I have my scar goes right in here, my pores need a lot of help to get cleaned out. And I use this. I like it, but I'm not really, I don't know if it's just that my skin is not really receptive to allowing this device to pull out all the buildup, I guess. But I do use this. I will use this after I wash my skin really good and all of that. I will typically try to go into where my pores are really, really bad. Other than that, I don't use it a lot. I love having this, and I want to say I probably had this for about 3-4 years. This is the Foreo, and I just use this to help cleanse my skin more deeper. I charge it. This charge lasts forever. I really wish they'd start using all the same type of charging systems, but yeah, I guess not. But I do like this. I think it helps clean my skin a whole lot better. So I will use this. I will massage my skin around, and then once my skin is all done and all clean with whatever, then at night I'm just using, the Retin-A, and that's about it. In the morning, I will use my red light therapy, my NIRA devices. I always do those in the morning, and then either my zip or my NuFace in the morning, and then I put my makeup on. So yeah, that's about what I am doing right now. Whatever skincare you use for serums, consistency is key. I think consistency is key. And when I went to Europe, I stuck true to all my serums because I bought all those timeless travel packs. Oh my God, those are awesome. But my skincare devices I left behind, and my skin really paid the price for that. So I will bring some of my skincare devices. My red light therapy mask does not take up much room, but of course when you're doing carry-on and you're worried about the weight resistance, it's like every little thing. So, but in the future, I'm not going to. But I'm getting in the mood for Christmas. I looked the other night, I was looking at our pictures we had. I really would love to do some of the Christmas markets. But I was looking at some of the pictures that we took in Germany in front of the Christmas store, and it was just a beautiful spot. All the different decorations and all that, and I so wish that I could have been there for the Christmas market time. But Europe has Christmas markets like crazy, and maybe next year, who knows? But yeah, so that's it. Let me know if you are interested in a skincare update as far as my serums, although there's really not much to say. I just think the tools are the most important. And oh my gosh, healthcare, my biopsy, I won't know the results. I'm hoping I know the results by Monday, Tuesday, the latest. I think the waiting is the hardest. So, but yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to try to do a second video this week. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to try to do a second video this week. I appreciate your comments last week, especially, the fact that I am not consistent, and I know. I used to be very consistent, but haven't been in a while. So I'm trying to get better. So you guys have a wonderful day. Keep your fingers crossed to me for a good biopsy result. And stay warm wherever you are. It's cold here in New Hampshire. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.